Joe Otumba sat in his office checking his emails when the phone rang.
Hello, this is Otumba, Provincial Director of the First Bank of Nigeria, Victoria Island Branch. How can I help you?
He said in his particular sing-song phone voice.
We have some pressing news regarding two of your foremost clients.
A monosyllabic voice answered.
Can I ask to whom I am speaking?
This is Detective
Well, Detective, good to be speaking to you on this very fine day. Please continue,
Otumba said as he took a bite out of his lunchtime apple.
Excuse me, sir, I'm eating an apple.
Quite all right. Anyway, I have some unfortunate news regarding a Mr. Charles and a Mr. Michael Creek. They were killed, April 21st, in a tragic accident on the Ibadan Express Road. I have to say the circumstances were suspicious. Both individuals, and unfortunately Mrs. Charles as well, were physically destroyed in the accident. We were able to identify them forensically from the scene of the accident through fragments of teeth and such like.
Dear God, that is horrific. I don't know what to say.
Joe took another bite of his apple, chewing, comprehending and contemplating.
Well, as I was saying, the circumstances were very odd. Very odd indeed. We are not sure why any of the individuals were on the Ibadan Express Road at the time. Mr. Charles was driving the Jeep with Sierra Leone registered license plates with an M16 Harbor in the vehicle. We know this through verified tooth fragments which were found embedded in the car's steering wheel. Peculiarly, Mr. Creek and Mrs. Charles have been traced to the same vehicle, as was an individual we already had a record of here in the station. They were in a stolen car. At the moment we speculate kidnapping. We wish to seize the accounts of both Mr. Charles and Mr. Creek so as to continue the investigation. We need to analyze all financial activity on behalf of these two. The incident, I believe, demands that.
Very well, I will make the necessary arrangements. However, I must say that I have had the utmost respect for both individuals. I find this incident unfathomable.
I appreciate your cooperation. We will be in touch.
I look forward to it. Goodbye.
Joe hung up the phone and, still gnawing on his apple, began to research his database for details of the Americans and their beneficiaries. Joe had known Michael Creek. He had even considered him a close friend. Michael held Joe in great confidence. He had discussed his fears concerning his affair with Mrs. Charles. Indeed, it was Otumba who had helped the couple find a surrogate family for their illicit love child, Yanni Adams. Furthermore, they had written his last will and testament together in secrecy, and 50% of Creek's wealth was to go to Yanni, and 50% to Mrs. Charles. Otumba was immediately concerned by his conversation with Detective Gedda. He couldn't trust him. The Nigerian police were well known for their insidious corruption. Otumba would make every effort to see that Creek's will was enacted justly. Since Mrs. Charles had died in the accident, he would have to find a foreign investor to secure the funds from devolution into the hands of the government. He had to find Yanni Adams, but before that he composed an email.
I am Mr. Joseph Otumba, Provincial Director of the First Bank of Nigeria, Victoria Island Branch. I have an urgent and very confidential business proposition for you. On June 6, 2000, an American oil consultant, contractor with the Nigerian Mining Corporation, Mr. Michael Creek, made a number-time, fixed, deposit for 12 calendar months, an unimaginable sum, in my branch. Upon maturity, I sent a routine notification to his forwarding address but got no reply. After a month, we sent a reminder, and finally we discovered from his contract employers, the Nigerian Mining Corporation, that Mr. Michael Creek died from an automobile accident. On further investigation, I found out that he died along with the next of kin detailed in his will. This unimaginable sum is still sitting in my bank, and the interest is being rolled over with the principal sum at the end of each year. No one will ever come forward to claim it. According to Nigerian law, at the expiration of 5 years, the money will revert to the ownership of the Nigeria government, should nobody claim the fund. Consequently, my proposal is that I would like you to stand in as the next of kin to Mr. Michael Creek, so that the fruits of this man's labor will not get into the hands of corrupt government officials. To make this happen, I would like you to immediately provide your full name and address, so that an attorney can prepare the necessary documents and affidavits which will put you in place as the next of kin. We shall employ the service of 2 attorneys for drafting and notarization of the will and to obtain the necessary documents and letter of probate administration in your favor for the transfer. You will provide a bank account which will facilitate the transfer of this money to you, as the beneficiary, next of kin. The money will be paid into your account and you will receive a reasonable percentage. There is no risk at all, as the paperwork for this transaction will be done by the attorney, and my position as the branch manager guarantees the successful execution of this transaction. If you are interested, please reply immediately via the private email address below. Upon your response, I shall then provide you with more details and relevant documents that will help you understand the transaction. Please observe utmost confidentiality. Rest assured this transaction will be most profitable for both of us, because I shall require your assistance to invest my share in your country. Sincerely, Joseph
There
Otumba.
was still the matter of Mr. Charles, and that would be more difficult. He had met the shadowy man only once in person, at a cocktail party. Otumba usually dealt with Mr. Charles' accounts through his personal lawyer, Paul Agabi, although reluctantly. Otumba found Agabi's strange personality offensive and brash. Otumba worked late into the night trying to find a lead on Charles, some kind of next of kin or a close business connection. Finding nothing, he called Agabi.
Agabi?
Joe. How's it going, buddy?
Not bad, Paul. And yourself?
Joe inquired, starting anxiously on another apple.
Well, I have certainly been better. I was shot, would you believe, in Sierra Leone. I'm okay though, don't worry. I am currently traveling back to Nigeria. Did you receive my email? I have sent you 2 drafts of some important documents I will be sending to interested parties overseas very soon. Did you get a chance to read them over for me?
Joe could hear an engine hum in the background. He quickly opened his Gmail account and opened Agabi's email. The PDFs looked interesting and he quickly consumed their contents.
Dear Sir, I know that my mail might come as a surprise to you because I have not met you before. I came across your contact during my search for a trustworthy partner with the ability to handle a confidential business matter to the benefit of us both. I am seeking urgent assistance. I would like you to carefully consider this mail and treat the information included as highly confidential. My name is Madam Edith Markule, wife to the late Dr. Markule, former Director General of the Sierra Leone Gold and Diamond Mining Corporation. Sadly, my husband was assassinated by rebels loyal to RUF leader Foday Sankoh. Before his death, he deposited a metallic trunk box containing an unimaginable wealth into a private security company in Abidjan. The secure box contains a certificate of deposit which states that the beneficiary of the said consignment was intended to be a foreign business partner based abroad. My life is now in danger. The RUF will hunt me down and take the consignment if they can. I am currently on the road, fleeing for safety to Nigeria with the documents. My late husband deposited the box under special arrangement as containing family valuables. Thus, the security company does not know the real content of the box. The documents issued to my late husband concerning the transfer of his wealth are readily available and can be sent to you at your request. I am contacting you today to ask for your assistance. As a refugee here, I cannot open a bank account with my name until my citizenship has been confirmed. I require the support of a foreign agent to help me to claim the box back from the security company and pay it into a bank account here in your name. In exchange, I will agree to transfer a reasonable percentage of the amount through any of the international banks for onward transfer to your account. Yours sincerely, Madam Edith Markule.
Dear friend, my name is Benjamin Suma, son of the late Benjamin Suma, a military general from Sierra Leone. My father was recently executed by RUF rebels in a struggle over the much contested diamond mining territory of my country. I hope that you will take the time to understand the grave nature of my situation and that your empathy may bring both of us some salvation. I have inherited from my father an unimaginable wealth. I have decided to source a neutral assistant to aid me in transferring my fortune out of Sierra Leone and into the US. In exchange for your assistance, I am willing to cut you in on a reasonable percentage of the sum and all future profits from the investment of my great wealth in your country. I await your reply. Yours faithfully, Benjamin Suma.
This all looks fine, Paul. Good luck to your clients. It seems that they have been through something terrible. I too have some sad news. Well, Mr. Charles has been killed in a road accident on the Ibadan Express Road. The police here are trying to seize his accounts, and I thought you should defiantly be aware of this.
Oh my God. That bastard. He left me to die. But it got him first. But Joe, that sincerely is tragic news. What of his wife? Have you spoken to her? Poor woman.
Dead also, same incident. And Michael Creek. The whole enterprise. I do not have the time to go into the details. I am sure you will eventually find out. But I was hoping to pass on the dealings of Mr. Charles' accounts to you. I feel your personal relationship demands it.
Thank you, Joe, for letting me know. I will be more than willing to do this. I will be in touch when I'm back in Lagos.
Okay, well till then, Paul.
Till then.
The static turned to silence and Joe laid his head to rest on the keyboard. It submitted to his face like a crude memory foam pillow. The screen cried, 43 3W.